Coach, what do you think is most important to see from your group tonight?
Well, it's a big test. It's a good hockey team we're playing. So, it's obviously Toronto. When you play Toronto in this building, it's a big buzz. Almost like a playoff atmosphere. I like to approach it that way.
Do you like the 4 o'clock start?
I actually do. I don't know. You have to ask the players, but I actually like the 4 o'clock start. No morning skate. Guys just come to the rink. There's no 2 meetings and morning come back. I think it's sometimes it's good to have these kind of times where you just come to the rink and play.
With the optional yesterday, what was the decision making in terms of that process, and how did you dial them in for today otherwise?
I think that trip was, with the problems we had, that long a trip, I felt a little mental fatigue, and I felt guys, haven't seen their families. Guys haven't been around the city, and I felt they needed a mental break more than tie your skates up again. I think some guys they need to go out for touches. The guys know who they wanted to go out, but the other guys I think needed to get away. And I think it's going to give us some energy tonight.
Lineup changes?
I know, same lineup. Yeah.
Keeping Kuzi in?
Yeah.
And just sort of thinking on another chance, give him another go.
Yeah, this is a big game. I like to see him this atmosphere. Maybe he can get some juice from this and play in Toronto, and it's hockey night. There's a lot of buzz here, and maybe that'll get his engines going for us. And he has he shoots the puck and he does a lot of good things for us. I don't know. I just got a feeling. Sometimes the coach you have a gut, and I think he's gonna have a lot of juice tonight. I really do.
I think the last time you said that was after the scratch, and then into San Jose. He scored 2 in the first period.
Yeah.
You get that sense he's excited.
Yeah, I don't know. I know he talked to a couple of the coaches just to show some video in certain situations what to do. Even on our power play, there's a couple times when he had it, he could have went downhill and shot it, just him in the goal, and he's holding it, stick handling. He's got to get that out of his head. If he does that tonight, he's going to get some looks tonight. The Leafs are a good team. They're very aggressive, but if you beat their pressure, you're going to get a chance.
Show JT some pictures of the crease and where to stand.
Yeah. Well, just not him. Our power play needs net front. We need a net front presence, and we're too many guys are on the outside, so I think we're going to get more net front tonight.
A couple of times he's been too far on the inside for Brock.
Oh, yeah. Was it 3 goals now? Yeah.
2 on the crease.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Was he the other guy offside? Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Is same lineup include your goaltender, Demko?
Yeah, Demmer Knight, yeah.
And do you notice the teams are playing your club a little differently of late? I mean, I think about Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and then Arizona the other night. It seems like those have been more physical than some of the games. Is it the time of year, or do you think it's the target you guys put on your...
I think it's a little bit of everything. I think obviously the teams are desperate. Probably scouting our team, and they want to take some stuff away, and they figure they're going to test our resolve. If they want to run around, and we got to hold the ground. We got to stand in there for sure. But if they teams do run around, we should burn them. So I mean, there's a give and take in that. But yeah, I find that. But you want to be in these games. Who wants to play the last month like last year when the games they sucked, right? You want high intensity games. So I think the learning lesson is: do you want last year or do you want this year? And you're going to get that from a lot of these teams.
When you first stood here almost a year ago, did you think you'd be standing, top of the league facing the Leafs and Hockey Night again?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, listen, it's been great so far, but we have a lot of work. I wasn't concerned. I think I told you guys the results. It was really, for me, I was concerned about the process of it and making sure that we had crossed our T's, dotted our I's, on how to handle certain stuff. The results will come if you do the right things. Practice habits and all that. So that's what I was concerned about. Obviously as a coach, you get judged by wins and losses. But for me, when you come into a place, you really got to establish a process.
Does it feel like a year?
Yeah, it feels like 10 years. Sometimes it feels like 10 years. Last year it felt like 10 years.
Just to follow up on that, there were a lot of buzzwords, things we talked about, or you talked about a lot down the stretch last year, wall guys, north-south, that I feel like we don't hear you say as much. Is that a product of success? Do you know what I'm saying?
I think they've chipped away at that, but I also feel as a coach, I got to be careful because I want them to say it now. I don't want to every meeting going, hey, we got to chip the body, we got to make sure that, we get some guys off the wall, win battles on the wall, things like that, strong side post. I think it's important that leadership group and the players say it, because I think after a while, I don't want to be that coach that, oh, here he comes again with the same stuff. So I think, to me, the reason I haven't said it as much is the players are saying it. And if we have a bad game or a bad period, I'm hearing the players say it. Hey, guys, we got to be better on the walls. I don't have to go and say it now. So that's a good thing for me.
Two questions I normally wouldn't ask on game day, but you end up coaching against Patrick Roy. Your thoughts on that today? Was that?
Yeah, I just found out about really 15 minutes ago. Yeah, yeah. I think especially he was going to get in the league eventually. But yeah, he's a very intense guy. Be interesting how what happens there. I always hate to see guys lose their jobs too. It's not, whether it's fair or not, but good for Patrick, I guess.
And on Hockey Day in Canada, is there
Yeah.
one moment from your minor hockey or an experience or a coach or somebody that you connect with when you're thinking about being where you are right now?
Yeah, I just remember when I was a kid playing the Loblaws Cup, and it's funny because I was watching I was just watching it about half hour ago, and I was just reminding me of those tournaments, Loblaws Cup, those the tournaments in Ottawa, drive. It just brings back memories, and then also actually, honestly, skating at a public school in the fields. We used to flood the ice, and used to go there around 4 o'clock after school and have the big games. The sound of the ice stuff, yeah, it reminds me of all that stuff.